Hi, Wes Grand. I'm so excited to have an opportunity to share with you the beginnings of our relaunching plan for West Grand for 2021 school year. Oh, there's so many pieces in this, and I could probably go into a lot of detail and make this a 30 or 40 or 50-minute video, but yeah, I wouldn't watch me either for that long. So I'm going to try to be concise. I'll tell you that the core of our plan is to have everybody face to face every single day. We don't want an A and a B schedule. We don't want to have some people here sometimes and some people here not sometimes. We really want to work hard to have that full face to face every single day that we're used to. It's going to look a little bit different, but ultimately, this is about taking care of our kids and having our kids in our buildings. So, in essence, there are just a few things that we've really had to focus on. I could go far into the weeds and tell you about 100 different elements that are a part of our plan, but I really want to hit the main areas, and I want to ask for your feedback. We want to know what you're thinking. We want to know what questions you have that aren't answered. Certainly, we have a lot of them still, but where we are today, at the 15th of July, we're really feeling like, hey, we're ready to open face to face on August 24th. So here's some of the things we've done. First of all, because we want to make sure that our students are in the most sanitary environment as possible, we know we use technology a lot. So we've purchased Chromebooks with some of our COVID relief money to allow us to be one-to-one with Chromebooks grades 3 through 12. So starting in third grade, our students will have their own Chromebook that they will keep the entire time throughout the course of the school year. That way we're not sharing devices. That should help in and of itself. It will also help us if we do end up having to transition out for a week or for a short period of time, or even if a student has to stay home sick for a few days, they have their device and they can continue to participate. We've added web cameras for all of our classrooms, so when a student is at home sick, they're still able to stream into the classroom for critical classroom instruction. We're going to continue to work on training and development for our teachers around utilizing Google Classroom, the entire G Suite, as well as doing some real in-depth learning around blended learning for our teachers so they can support our students through technology and also in the face-to-face environment. As far as some of the basic logistics, classroom distancing is going to be important. We're working on getting desks spaced in a way where they're as far apart as possible. In some cases, we can get to 6 feet. In some cases, we can't quite get there, but we're going to get really close. And the medical professionals are supporting us in do as much as we can if we can't quite get to the 6 feet. We know when we are in common areas, transitioning, when we're on the bus, those types of things, we're going to have everybody, adults and kids, wearing masks. That's just one of those things we have to do in order to keep our schools open in that face-to-face environment. We know that outdoor time is going to be critical. So recess time, we've been told absolutely have recess time. In fact, when our kids are out at recess, we don't need to wear masks at recess. Let them get out, let them play. They're outdoors and it's good. Okay? Take classrooms outdoors as much as you possibly can. You're going to see a lot of that for us as we go forward and giving those opportunities to our teachers. We know with transportation it might be a challenge because we're limited to the number of kids we can have on a bus. But as always, James Gregory is working so hard in this area and he has a plan. That plan very well may include doing the out-of-town routes first and then the in-town routes afterwards, still getting everybody here on times. James has done a great job with this plan. Lunch, we're going to continue to serve lunch. That's going to happen. Might look a little bit different. We know things like the salad bar aren't going to happen. Maybe we'll do prepackaged salads, but we have a plan to be able to utilize the lunchrooms, just using some appropriate social distancing for our cohorts, but then also allowing, maybe lunch outside, lunch in classrooms, those types of things to happen. One of the things I'm most excited about this, we know that parents are going to need to, make some choices around what they want to do. And some parents may say, I want to keep my child home and I want to have them in an online program. And no, not the online program like we did in the spring. Our teachers worked really hard, but they didn't have a lot of time to prep. Now we've had some time, and we've actually developed West Grand's own online school. We'll be utilizing CDLS, which is the Colorado Digital Learning Solutions, which is what many of the online programs already are utilizing. So we'll be able to have students in those truly online programs, but still have them be West Grand students. Really excited about that, and we'll be getting more information out on that here very, very soon. We know we're going to have to do a lot of hand sanitizer, pretty much going, outside of the building, coming back in, hand sanitizer in both directions, going into specials and PE and those types of things. A lot of hand sanitizer, but we're going to do everything we can to make sure that it's a healthy, safe, and clean environment for our kids. We want our kids back in the building. I know you want your kids back in the building for the most part. So we're continuing to work very hard. As one of our parents who's on the committee said today, had no idea how many pieces had to go into putting this plan together. It's not as simple as just let's open the doors and let's do this. There's so many different elements that have gone to this. I'm very proud of the leadership team, our teachers, our paras, everybody who's jumped in as part of this relaunching plan. But we want to hear from you. You've heard some of the pieces. The attachments that go with this parent square and this email have a lot more details. We want to hear from you. I'm going to have Dr. Wisner talk to you here in just a second and share some of his thoughts from a medical professional's perspective. But I also want to invite you to join us on Friday, which is the 17th, of July, at 1 o'clock, at 4 o'clock, or at 6 o'clock. We'll be having a community meeting with myself and 2 of the board members to just simply get your feedback. We want to hear what you're thinking. What are the challenges that you see there? And how can we best support the West Grand community as we go forward? That meeting's going to happen in the K-8 cafeteria, and we really hope to see a lot of you there. Unfortunately, we can only have about 15 at a time, which is why we're doing 3 different meetings. But as always, reach out and talk to me too. If you can't make one of those meetings, send me an email. Let's set up a time. Let's sit and have a cup of coffee and let's talk about this, because we're all in this together. We, as educators, we are not COVID-19 experts, and we're not going to tell you that we are. But what we are is experts in education, and we know what we're doing, and we're proud of what we do, and we're excited to welcome everyone back. I'm going to go ahead now and turn it over to Dr. Wisner and let him share his thoughts with you from a medical professionals.
Hello, West Grand community. I am Dr. Mark Wisner from the Middle Park Health Kremling Clinic, and Darren asked me to share a few thoughts from a healthcare perspective on the return to school plan for the upcoming school year. Please know that a few simple things that you can do can go a long way to helping minimize risk of spread of COVID-19. First is hand washing. Please, the best way to do it is soap and water. Wash for 20 seconds. If there's no soap and water available, hand sanitizer is adequate. Second, maintain safe physical distancing. That means putting 6 feet between you and anybody else around you to help decrease the risk of droplet transmission. Third, if adequate physical distancing is not available or possible, wear a mask at all times. Fourth, while the school district will be doing symptom checks on all students every morning before school, if you can self-monitor or monitor your student at home for symptoms before they get to school, that goes even further. Symptoms are a wide range of symptoms and can be nonspecific, such as fever, chills, shortness of breath, cough, headache, sore throat, a loss of taste or smell, nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea. If your student is having any of those symptoms, please keep them home from school. If you have any questions about symptoms, then please contact a local healthcare professional for their advice. Know that while no plan is 100%, these things will go a long way to helping decrease the spread of COVID-19 and help ensure that our kids can remain in school for in-person learning for the entire school year. Thanks for your help.
Thank you, Dr. Wisner. I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate you being such a pivotal part of our team. As we've gone through our work, listening to Dr. Wisner and asking so many questions of him regarding the medical side of this has been so valuable to us as a team. We know that many of you in the Kremlin community count on Dr. Wisner as your own doctor, and we appreciate him being there to support us and being a true partner with West Grand Schools. Again, I want to invite you to the event this Friday, July 17th, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 6 o'clock in the K8 cafeteria. If you can make that, come out, give us your information, give us your thoughts, let us know what you're thinking. If you'd rather just shoot us an email, just send that email to info@wgsd.us. That'll come to me. I'll be able to see all of that feedback, and our team's going to come back together late next week, and we're going to continue to work on this plan. We'll continue to send you more. Thank you so much, West Grand. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for being partners with us. We are West Grand.